This podcast features a lot of adult language.
Last time, on Eye of the Fallen, you had ridden to Knightswood, to that alchemist's laboratory that was next to the Dark Sepulcher.
Oh, that's right. It was like the shack laboratory right next to the chapel, exactly, with the stairs leading down.
And you all found a couple of weird little scientific devices in there, which seemed all too puzzling to you at the time. You descended down into the Dark Sepulcher and found yourselves weaving your way through a maze of tombs. And within this maze, you found several skeletons that were covered in a black gunk, and slayed them. One looking kind of like a priest of some god or goddess. And then you found a room filled with skeletons, all kind of floating in this ooze.
Was that the dead body skeleton room?
Yeah, and you had to fight many of them. And then after that, found a well that was filled with gray ooze, along with gray ooze on the ceiling.
That's what was super shitty.
Yeah, which burned away at your clothes and your armor and your swords and all that.
My soul.
Yes. And your soul. Mostly your soul. It left the rest of your stuff kind of untouched. But your soul is now pocked and acid burned. And you pulled a lever, and a stairway downward, a circular stairway downward opened up. And that is where we left off last time. Was it?
You gotta do the sound. The sound of the stairs is cool.
It just keeps going. Wow, that sounded pretty far.
It's
long staircase.
Pretty long staircase.
Giles thinks Boots should go first.
Oh yeah, Boots is here.
Or is he?
Yeah, no, he's been demoted to NPC status.
We sent
so he has
help.
No, I'm pretty sure.
He just goes thumbs up and runs out the door. So,
is the room clear?
The room is clear of enemies, but the floor has these small holes, about golf ball size holes, that the rest of the ooze kind of slithered through and left the floor kind of well, not spotless, but clean. And you can see several burned, decayed corpses in the corners, and the stairwell downward.
Isn't there like an altar or something?
There's faces along the walls looking at you in judgment.
Gross.
But I mean, is the room pretty clear as far as like
I think we cleared it out
safe
last time.
Yeah, you are safe at the moment.
Okay, I'm in your armor, Giles.
Cool, I thank you. Giles is pleased. He gives you a clap on the back, and
so that takes a minute.
All right. So while you're mending the armor, you're rubbing your hands all over Giles.
Whoa, easy there, buddy.
Run the ghost.
And you didn't notice.
Giles raises an incredulous eyebrow. But
right as I get to the armor part where I just around his groin.
That part's fine.
Just leave it.
Well protected.
Pockmarked is okay. You hear a gasp of air, and you look over, and you see Zekaria waking up from a seeming nightmare.
Wait, did we not? Did she get injured or something, and we were just like mending my armor and ignoring her?
No, she seemed perfectly fine. You turned for 1 minute, were distracted by something, and then you look back, and she's lying on the floor, waking up as if startled from a deep slumber.
What happened to you?
Huh? I don't know what happened.
Giles exclaims, like, you know, What is the matter with you, woman?
She's all laying on the floor, kind of a little bit covered in the leftover slime, but not too much. And if you want to make perception checks...
Giles was not paying attention.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna mend her armor, though.
Oh, you can mend her leather armor? Will you let him mend your armor?
Sure.
I keep swatting his hand away from my groin.
Yeah.
Gotta get in all the crevices. Mending. Ooh, charisma 20 mending.
And Tiffany, you were quite nervous about losing that one armor class from
Yeah, I
leather.
remember that.
What are you wearing?
Leather armor.
Oh, what's this shit on your shoulders?
Oh. Ooh. I don't know. It's sparkly. Isn't it beautiful?
You notice she has a sparkly new adornment upon her shoulders.
What does she have on her shoulders?
It looks like a cloak made of snakeskin. It kind of sparkles a little.
Shiny snakeskin.
Yeah.
Where'd that come from?
Shimmery.
Giles is asking where that came from.
Huh?
Where did you get that garb?
She's really lucky she's hot.
It's not my style, but still.
So what would you like to do at this point?
I'm gonna mend Giles' sword.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, I'll just hand it to him and
Yeah.
you can give it back.
When you're done. It comes back so really small. It's like half the normal length.
I mended it as far as getting rid of all the damaged areas.
It's
Here you go.
grounded down.
Jagged and weird
Little
looking.
dagger now.
Alright, so let's descend into the darkness. I guess I'll switch to my longsword and my torch.
Okay. You can certainly do that.
I'll go in the back if Zekaria is cool with it. I'll pull out the bow. The old trusty bow and arrow. You want to be in the middle?
Oh, I'll be in the middle, yes.
Yes.
So, Giles, are you going first?
That's what I meant by in the
Yeah.
back.
Torch.
You first. Okay.
And I'll just put it this way: what would you guys like Boots to do? You want him to head back to town or secure the entrance?
Actually, let's leave Boots at the top of the stairs so nobody closes the lever on us. How about that?
He agrees. He nods his head.
I don't want to get
Just
stuck in
kind of
a
hisses at you.
sepulcher for the rest of my days.
Yes. All right, so you descend down the circular staircase. As you go further and further down, your vision starts to become obscured slightly by what seems to be a fog, which is odd in such a confined space.
I wave my torch and try and waft it away.
The fog stays there defiantly against your torch flame. You descend further and further.
Curse this unholy mist.
It is most unholy. Or it feels unholy.
Giles doesn't like it, so it's unholy.
just whatever he sees, he's all, I don't like this beer, it is unholy.
It's a cursed beer.
So the smell of some acrid, almost acidic odor befouls your nose as you get further down the staircase.
Dang.
We left Boots upstairs, yes?
I think so. I don't pay attention to him.
His stench lingers.
And you reach the bottom of the stairs, and there's a wooden door awaiting you. Wooden door with a small, opening, almost like a little.
Are there still
Oh, a door!
Are there still wall sconces?
There's sconces, but the torches have long since kind of decayed and fallen apart. It's very moist down here as well, so.
Can I put my torch in there so I at least have my hands free?
Yes, you can put your torch in the sconce, but you can't light the torch that was in there. It's all.
I'm down to, I believe, 7 torches now.
Just 7. Raise your hand if you have dark vision. Okay. So Giles is the only one that needs
Yeah, I have no need of dark vision.
For anyone listening to this,
Yeah, Tundz and Zekaria rose
raise
their
their
hands.
hand.
I was willing to give him
Basically-
some of my torches.
Everyone but Giles.
Yeah.
And boots.
And Boots. Boots.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
I don't have dark vision either.
What?
What the hell?
He speaks English.
Talk. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so you
then
put
I
in
will
there.
switch to my greatsword.
Ooh, great sword time.
Since now I have both my hands free. Sheathe my longsword.
Is it like one of those little windows that people can open and you see just their eyes?
Oh yeah, you said
Kind of like that, yes. I mean, you don't think this is the entrance to a speakeasy.
Okay, I'm gonna look through, but I'm not sticking my face right up to it. I don't want to get my eyes poked out. Kind of leaning back a little bit.
All right, so you kind of look through. It's very dark on the other side. You
Peer
can't see.
through and see what I can.
You're trying to hold the torch. And it's all hot, and you
I
can't
don't
really
wanna
see.
do that.
Yeah.
Because then I'll just look like a glowing pair of eyes, and the door will be super obvious.
Yeah. Well, your torchlight is pretty obvious, regardless.
Should I look through? So
I'll
I
just-
have dark vision?
I'm just gonna kick the door open.
She's about to look, and you bang the door. Bang! The decrepit wooden door seems to fall off its hinges as you kick it open. It's very old, very
I look back at the others, and yeah.
and then you two look at the rot on the hinges and not
They don't
as
know.
impressed.
You know, I could do that to any door.
I can see it. I have dark vision.
I could make you roll deception. It was so hard.
Giles might be deceptive. What even stat is that?
Deception.
What the fuck is this?
Natural 20.
That's a 20.
That's a 20.
That is
Yeah, modified to a 21.
Oh my! I seriously, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, versus
Door just goes
Tundz'
flying off.
Tund's insight, he's all, sure.
His eyes just go wide. Oh my god!
So yes, they are incredibly impressed. Like, wow, did you see that? I mean, that was a perfectly straight...
amazing.
That door was... You're pretty sure it's made of stone.
I had no idea your quads were that strong.
Oh yes, sculpted over many a year. The seasons have been kind to my quads.
I still have no words. It's amazing.
My quads.
This character has no Arnold voice. Just his Arnold bod.
That was a nice
so what's in
discussion
the
about
room?
your door opening. The door
Amazing.
falls off of its hinges onto the floor with a loud clang. And as the dust settles through the acrid fog, you can see a tomb in the center of the room. There's a small room with 4 pillars, each depicting some form of afterlife story upon it, and a tomb in the center. On the far side of the wall, you see the wall has been broken down. Actually, there's rubble upon the floor and a large, roughly 7 foot tall, 5 foot wide hole dug through the wall of this tomb.
Okay, so it doesn't look like it was like blasted through all at once. It was like a gradual process.
It looks like it was dug through by miners, but they didn't bother to clean anything up when they were done. And by the way, the sarcophagus in the center of the room is open.
I'm at the coffin. I've already walked past them.
Oh, and Tundz is already at the coffin.
I guess
Going
I'll
in?
follow in. I'm just gonna look out for threats.
Yeah, and I'll just
I'm
stay
sorry.
back a little bit.
He's so unwise.
Tundz, wait. You keep doing this.
Hey, come on. Hey, you guys, come on.
I should put some undead in there, but I won't. So you look inside and you see the decayed body.
Giles, help me up.
Actually, you don't see. You barely see the top of a skeletal face from your height. But that's all you really see.
I lean over and look.
You see the decayed body of what looks like a noble woman. Her clothes long since rotted away. Just the rags left on her body. Mouth wide open as if scared by death itself.
God's beneath us.
That's right.
I give Tundz a boost.
Whoop. Into it. Ah!
To the edge. I mean, he can do what he wants. I'm gonna kind of go around the room and search for traps and secret doors and that sort of thing.
Okay.
Start poking with a rapier.
You poke it with a rapier, desecrating the corpse. Very
Tundz.
good. If this were Ravenloft, I'd make you do a powers check.
13 for my... Actually, hold on. My perception's +1. I'm sorry. So, 14.
14. Well, over in the corner, you find a dead body. One that looks like it's been dead for I mean, you would guess. I don't know how good you would be at guessing. Well, you've been through many battles, and I'm sure you've seen plenty of dead
Giles
bodies.
is pretty. He's average intelligence. He's just fairly unwise.
Well, this body looks fresher than the ones in the tomb. So probably less than a month.
Human?
Yes, a human with a red cloak
God, this thing really smells.
laying on the floor.
Do I recognize it? As a red
Yes,
guard?
the one of the red guard, and you can see he's laying upon a long pole. Upon closer inspection, you see the head of what looks like a mallet or a hammer.
I grab him by the feet and drag him along. Come, friend, I need you out of the way.
And his body, rigid with rigor mortis, it doesn't flop around. It's like one solid piece as you kind of move it off of this thing, and you see this huge hammer.
All right, so I'm going to sheath my my sword and pick it up and check it out.
It's called an Earthbreaker. If you look at the stats on that card, you can see what that does. So you recognize it right away.
Right, so the 4 large spikes protruding from each side of the anvil-like center of this warhammer serve to shred flesh and crush bone when swung. I'm in. All right.
And the reason why is you recognize this guy. You remember there was this huge red guard named Hampton that just wielded this giant hammer. And so you see the hammer and you're like, what was he doing here?
Well, Hampton, I will carry this hammer and crush with it. I didn't like Hampton. So I'm going to pick him up and put him into the coffin, and then is the lid around?
So now there's 2 people in the coffin?
I mean, 1 and
I suppose that's better than nothing, right?
Giles is not a very pious individual, but he's kind of aping what he's seen. So I'm going to put the lid back on and
Aping what he's seen.
Oh, hang on, I'm still in here.
get out.
Tundz, just a Tundz eye view. You see it going. He's on.
Disrespectful. Get out of there.
As you fling another box in there. How disrespectful.
Yeah. So I'm going.
I was looking for stuff.
Don't worry, Hampton. Earthbreaker will crush many a foe. I will avenge you. I hope. If not, you know.
You know.
I still have your hammer.
I still have your hammer.
The hammer's totally stag.
It is Stag. What a knave. Dying in this dungeon.
So yes, that's about all you find in this room. Anything else? Anyone else want to do here?
Is there any entrances?
I mean, yeah,
or exits? What's the room look like?
The only exits are the one you came through and the giant hole in the wall that was dug through.
What 30 exits?
The giant hole is the thing that we need to do.
We're so on point.
I guess I missed the description on the giant hole.
You're too busy worrying about the crypt.
You rolled a 20 on your perception.
Yeah.
You definitely know there's a giant hole.
To be fair, I was
14.
I was searching a tomb.
He has dark vision.
I was just searching for traps.
But I see this ginormous hole because I have dark vision.
There's no traps in this giant hole.
Giles can't see the forest for the trees. He's,
I think we should check that out over there.
I agree.
Perhaps.
I'm gonna go get my torch.
And through there, you hear strange sounds. Almost kind of like a wind. Almost like some hissing sounds carried upon the wind through there. And yeah, you can feel a slight breeze coming through. Some of the spider webs hanging from the ceiling are blowing out towards you from this breeze coming from beyond.
Not fresh air?
No, it's that acrid smell.
That's where it's coming.
And in fact, the acrid smell has
already
been
walking on there.
infected by even more sickly smells. Tundz notices it because he's already halfway down. You see Tundz walking into the darkness.
I guess I'm following.
Apparently I am too because I don't want to be left behind.
So many things I want to do to Tundz right now. So he walks into the darkness, and you can. The biggest thing that you notice is the smell. It smells more rancid and disgusting than most anything you have ever smelled before. It smells like feces mixed with vomit, mixed with the decay of rotting bodies.
Do we really want to go down this way?
Just like soup Mom used to make.
That explains a lot, Tundz. So yes, so this tunnel seems to have been carved out from the mountain behind it, and you can see wooden supports all around it, and it seems to be going straight. And down at the end of this roughly 40-foot hall, you can see a slight light from beyond.
There are neighborhoods in Suzale that smell worse. Let's go.
I don't know about that, honestly. It's pretty gross.
No, Giles is just trying to be manly.
Oh, okay. So,
Zekaria grew up in a stench like this, so she thinks it's actually rather
Nasty.
It's really
it reminds her of home.
It does.
Really.
Of Shog. I love the Shog.
shit fog.
Shog. That needs to be like a challenge rating 5 monster in the monster manual. So, the Shog. It only dwells in Kalinga.
Yeah, anyone who's driven through Kalinga knows what we're talking about.
I should put Kalinga in Faerun.
Oh god, please don't.
That's where Zekaria grew up.
It's where everyone
Kalinga?
stops.
Kalinga.
Lord.
Oh, it smells like home.
So, proceed down the hall. Before you reach the light, you can see there's a small antechamber.
I'm going to douse my torch since there's light.
Very good. Good thinking. I was about to come into play.
Actually, let's stealth. Shh. Quiet.
What?
I think you should all stealth.
What's going on?
I got a 6 for stealth.
A total 6. A total of...
I beat you. That's
So,
awesome.
Tundz got a 6.
8.
Giles got an 8. Zekaria got a...
7.
6, 7, 8.
Giles is
Oh my
cursing.
God.
He's like, he steps on something. He's
We're
like,
just walking in.
You're like, clang, clang. You're like
out of this place.
rubbing the Earthbreaker on the wall. Like, you're like, shh, guys. Like, knocking it.
kick an old rusty helmet. What fool put this here? Oh. Clap of hand.
Hey, look, there's light.
As you're all arguing about how stealthy you need to be, and stepping in things and dropping your helmets and flinging your hammers against the wall, that's when Zekaria feels clammy, sickening hands clamp down around the sides of her face and start pulling her up to the ceiling.
Holy crap.
So
Do I even notice that?
you roll perception at disadvantage.
Okay.
Because the light is out and you don't have dark vision. Tundz, you can roll regular perception to see if you
great.
notice.
Oh, it's only -1.
Sweet. Okay.
Great.
Oh, actually, 16.
16. Okay.
2.
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on, no, 3.
3. Oh, sweet.
Good.
So you're like
guy.
just spinning around.
Come, friends.
It's
okay. I wasn't too loud, and I just keep moving.
he's walking away. Tundz, you turn. I'm sorry to make a reference to a movie, but like Aliens. I believe that was Wierzbowski that got snatched up by an alien from the ceiling and pulled up. You just see 2 gray arms slap down and clamp down on her face and pull her up into the darkness. You see the
can
sting
scream.
pulling her up, and you can see the ceiling. The ceiling is almost crawling with movement.
And I'm the only
This
one that
place
can.
crawls.
This place crawls. Zekaria, you take 5 points of damage and are
And the acid.
grappled. You are brought to the ceiling. No acid. No, it's so when these hands clamp down on you, they're not blobs. They're not ooze. They're physical hands, clammy,
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
cold-blooded hands.
Kind of nasty shit. As my hands like.
Is there only 2?
Only 2 hands on your face. Yes.
Did Tundz get a look at it?
So he looks up and he can see movement on the ceiling, and you can see 3 creatures crawling across the ceiling, roughly 6 foot tall humanoid type creatures crawling across the ceiling. Everyone roll initiative. Alright, so Zekaria, what did you get?
4.
4. Giles, what did you get? Yes.
13.
I don't have any.
13. Tundz, what did you get?
16.
16. Zekaria, you're looking up, it's chaos. You notice, or you feel the floor leave your feet as you're being pulled up towards the ceiling, and you feel these large claws digging into your face and neck, and then you feel a second pair of claws grabbing your clothes and pulling you up to the ceiling
Better not leave any
and
marks.
tearing at you.
I just mended that armor.
So,
So disconcerting. Did she make any noise, or are you just silent?
so yes,
I
so
am screaming bloody
Okay.
murder. Help!
And Giles like,
I finally noticed.
So you're being pulled up. You can now feel 4 hands grabbing you, pulling you, and you take an additional 3 damage. And you feel them digging into your clothes, and you're fairly certain you feel teeth tearing into your flesh.
Gross.
In the
Not my
meantime,
face!
Giles, you're like, what? And you turn around, and as you turn around, you see Tundz looking up at the ceiling, and this figure go land on the ground and looking at Tundz, and it leaps upon Tundz, trying to attack him. And it misses. It lunges at you, swinging, but because of your short stature, you're able to duck below its legs, and you come up on the other side, and it turns around to face you once again. Then we get to your turn, Tundz.
these creatures above me, how far away are they?
They're about 10 feet, not very far.
Okay.
Just a little bit taller than this station here.
Tundz is going to make a thunder wave. Each creature within a 15-foot radius, or 15-foot cube, must make a Constitution save. Creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away.
Ooh.
If they make the save, they take half the damage and are not pushed. My spell DC is 12.
12. Okay. So they have to make Constitution saves versus 12, otherwise they take damage and are thrown 10 feet. Gotcha. Okay, Giles, you're looking back and you see this blue arcing light between his hands lighting up the room.
Kind of ancient.
Yeah,
Yeah, kind of ancient. Yeah, very good.
that's how it always begins.
We always
Very small.
Excellent.
he mostly here, but you also see his fog.
No, he hears audible for 300 feet.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely here.
You hear it.
It sounds like a thunderclap.
I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
holding my ears.
So, in Zekaria, I would like you to roll your Constitution save versus a 12.
I don't have anything, so it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, well, she got hit.
Okay. So, how much damage do the ones that got hit take?
2d8.
All right. So, I would like you to roll 2d8 for one of the.
How about the one that's next to
Thanks.
me to start?
He did not take damage. Or, he takes half.
He takes
All right.
half.
Okay, so roll that.
Plus on 8, so he takes 4.
4. Hold on a second.
Hopefully I won't kill you, Zekaria.
That we want to
Hey,
Okay.
they'll probably... Zekaria, if it hurts, they'll let go!
Now roll for one up on the ceiling. 2 of them rolled really well, actually.
15 and a half.
So 7.5, so we'll say 8.
This is a cool spell, though. I gotta say, this is pretty sweet.
And
No, it's
then
not.
for the last one, please. And this is full damage.
For me?
No.
Plus 6. So that is
14?
14, yeah.
Okay. And then I'd like you to roll for Zekaria, please.
Low dice, low dice, low dice. 9.
So, he... This sound, I'm kind of telling this from Giles' point of view because you're kind of stepping back.
I'm watching it.
But it's all poof, and you see Giles' hair just poof, like as all the fog is expelled from this antechamber.
Awesome. It doesn't smell.
The thing lurking over you, it kind of resists, but then you see Zekaria and one of these things both just poof, down onto the ground, just into the floor, which is just this mucky, muddy floor, which I'm pretty sure is some of that feces smell. As
Doesn't bother her.
you hear a sickening, and as this thing falls, you notice it has this very almost saurian lizard man look, but think more like a salamander, kind of slimy skin.
Does Giles recognize it? Or?
So roll a nature check to see if you know.
Is this something I have encountered before?
Can Giles see it if he's more than 15 feet away?
He can see it, but anything he does right now, because it's dark, is going to be a disadvantage, because he needs his torch to light the way. Unless someone casts light, if anyone has light.
10.
So the name of the creature escapes you off the top of your head, but you've heard of these subterranean kind of newt or salamander type creatures, and you've heard a tale of them being the filthiest creatures in Faerun. But that's I mean, it's a whirling combat, and you just remember half of some story that some dwarf told you, and that's all you can remember as the adrenaline is pumping into your brain.
You see the world from a different perspective.
But they know the underworld quite well.
So I gotta be on top.
So yes, and this one, as it falls on the ground, you notice that its bones have been kind of crushed inward from your thunder wave, and you see its eyes you just see its black blood leaking out and out of its mouth as it falls on the ground, dead as a doornail.
Okay. Oh.
So the one that pulled you up died horribly.
How you doing there,
And you see
Zekaria?
Zekaria just in the muck.
Oh, I'm not feeling so good here.
All right, so now Giles, you are.
An action surge.
Oh, Tundz is going to action surge. Action surge!
I really want to try and keep things away from Zekaria, so is there anything next to her?
The one that lunged at you that's on the ground is technically standing just a few feet from her, but the other one is still on the ceiling.
There's one on
Oh, still on the ceiling.
Yeah. It was not dislodged from its...
Oh, okay. The one that was lunging at me that's kind of next to Zekaria, I'll just try and stab with the rapier.
Okay. Roll to hit, please.
the one on the ceiling and one.
Unnatural 20.
That definitely hits.
8 damage.
8 damage. So you pull out your and everything's kind of stunned, and it looks at you and hisses like. And you pull out your rapier, ping, and you stab it right through the side, and you just see blood gushing out of its side, all down the handle of your rapier, and it is not in a good way. And you look into its strange amphibious eyes, and you can see fear in the emotionless face. Somehow you see fear. It's like, oh man.
That's what happens when you're near the end.
You're pretty sure it pooped itself, but you can't tell because everything's covered in poop around here. Okay.
Alright.
Do you have like 800 other action searches, or are we good?
No, that's I'm okay for this turn.
Okay. Giles.
Come, Hamilton. Let's go avenge you.
Oh no!
I'm going to walk forward confidently with my new maul in hand and just do an overhand smash, or overhead smash.
Hopefully Zekaria does not die this game.
I hope you don't roll one. Do you want to use the super smash?
No,
ability?
he just
okay.
doesn't really know
Good,
about
okay.
that. He knew it was magic, but he didn't really.
He's not using
He
the
doesn't
thing.
know how to use it, but he does know how to use a giant hammer pretty well. So I'm going to do that.
So you're attacking in the dark, so I'd like you to roll 2 dice and choose the lower of the two.
Dude, what?
Gurgling
Modified 20 is my lower roll.
What?
A what?
A modified 20?
I told you, Giles is a motherfucker.
Holy crap. Yeah, you hit. Does a 20 hit? Does a 20...
Yeah.
Hey, Brad, does 20 hit?
Hey, Hamilton doesn't fuck around.
So I would like you to roll damage, please.
And
I like the name of Hamilton more anyway. Oh my god.
I'd say
This is like, it's so hacked.
I got like 11 twice.
11.
So I'm gonna pick this at 11 because these are all dots.
They look cooler. They do.
Yeah.
So hold on. So that's 11 plus 4, so 50.
You got really close. Just
What?
kidding. No.
it's smelling blood. What
Yeah, so I'm just okay. Real quick, I'm gonna tell you. He literally had 1 hit point. So Tundz, you had just stabbed this thing right through the gut, and it's like, and you pull it out, and you just see this blood. On this side shooting out all over the floor, and it's like, and then
No, I saw fear in his eyes.
Yeah.
It wasn't for me.
yeah, it was looking over you.
And look, and I have a little bit of fear in my eye.
yeah. As you see Giles, it's like, and he swings a hammer over his head, knocking a stalactite off the ceiling as it goes, and it comes down and just smashes this thing into the floor as if it was like a paper doll. Just crumbles into this mud. I'm using quotations. just and just splashes feces and mud. Just, and
like
Tundz, you were
random
just
body
covered.
parts and parts of the mud.
Just boosh.
Gross.
And yeah, you got him. He's dead. Very, very much so. Well done. Well played, Giles. Zekaria.
I'm actually going to after that.
Oh, do you have
That's
an
only
action surge
15
too?
feet. No, but I can move still. So I'm going to move to Zekaria's location. I can probably do that as part of my move.
That's like a little.
Yeah, I'll just help her
I'm
up.
still prone?
Yeah, you're on the ground.
Thank you.
So Zekaria, it's your turn. You look up
I'm
and you
sure
see
not to touch her, but I'm like, ugh.
you see Giles
Behind
just from kind of the waist down, just covered in entrails and mud, and he reaches his hand out almost like Aladdin, but it's like just like covered in ichor. I will show you the guts. And he reaches out.
the part of the hallway that doesn't have evil lizards.
All right, Zekaria.
People underestimate.
Just gonna use my agonizing blast because that.
Yeah, you're
know what?
pissed right now.
I kind of like the idea of you staying on the floor. Just going,
Obviously, because I have 120 feet range, so 10 feet is really,
Yeah.
I can do it. So let's see here.
So from the floor?
From the
I
floor,
love that. Just her arms
on my back, just
It's a lot.
9.
Okay. I'd like you to roll damage.
Oh, I hit.
I'd like you to roll damage.
Man, if I get hit by a stalactite.
12.
Okay, so you... And as I've described before, it just creates this wave of force. And it wham into the ceiling. And you see this thing you see its claws dug into the ceiling. And it kind of reacts to the blast, but you blast next to it into a stalactite. And it breaks off and right next to your face. It doesn't hit you, but very close. Into the floor and you blast a stalactite off the ceiling.
Giles is alarmed.
He is most alarmed.
Careful with your sorcery. Don't want to be impaled.
So cool.
I don't do sorcery.
So
Yeah.
it is their turn. You look up at the ceiling and you see, its turn. You see it's like you hear this hissing sound as its tongue kind of curls in its mouth, and it has what looks like hundreds of very fine teeth, almost like some kind of piranha or some kind of fish with really.
Ew.
And looking at you, and it crawls over to the side, and you see there's a small hole in the ceiling, and it crawls up into this hole away from you, off into whatever sickening layer it came from, and it crawls away.
Did we damage it at all?
Oh yeah. So you see some black blood coming out of the hole. And then silence returns to the antechamber.
And you shall come out no more.
Except for the one that's crushed on the floor, like one of its legs is just twitching every couple seconds.
I give it a kick just to make sure it's
I'll help
dead.
up Zekaria. It's kind of like, come on, Zekaria. It's like, I'm already covered in shit, so I don't mind.
So all of you covered in feces,
Well, I'm going to
looking
start
about.
heading towards the light since I want to be able to see.
And after a moment of looking upon the bodies, now that you have a moment to breathe, you realize that these are troglodytes. Just so you know, for the viewers out there, or listeners out there. Troglodytes.
I thought you said they were serpent wing.
They're like salamanders.
Oh.
Yeah, I mentioned they're more like salamander.
Type.
Yeah. And I apologize, listeners. I forgot to use their stench ability. These were youngling troglodytes.
I'm going to
I'm going to make her drink something.
What?
I have a healing potion right here. I was going to make her drink it. 9 plus 4.
So 13 hit points.
Nice. How you doing now?
I am pretty good. 19.
All right.
Then I'm going to take a short rest in the shit.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ted.
It's probably the worst place to take a short rest.
Yeah, we should probably not do it.
Like right underneath the troglodyte.
Yeah.
Probably not a good idea.
I mean, I just told him he shall come out no more. That doesn't mean it's going to happen.
That wasn't just a polite suggestion. You look upon the light glimmering down at the end of the hallway. It's faint. It's not particularly bright. But that seems to be beckoning to you. What do you do?
I'm going to head down the hallway. I already am going.
Oh, you're beating Tundz to it. Okay.
What? Damn!
No, I can't
I
see
kind of
shit.
run a little to catch up to him.
I'm like sitting around in the dark and like, ooh, dead
Those are your
body.
footsteps through the muck.
A poo steps?
Your poo steps.
It's good for your skin.
No.
No, it's not. It's actually really bad. It's bad for everything. You approach the opening at the end of the hallway, and you can see a large chamber. Looks like it has been abandoned. But within this chamber, you can see what looks like a bridge going across to a small,
I look at the
I guess,
ceiling.
platform, that would be the best way to describe it, on the other side, with a dark river of water running below it.
I'm walking towards the bridge.
Tundz is already walking towards a bridge, but as you're watching him walk,
I'm looking at the ceiling.
you're looking at the ceiling.
Oh, Jesus.
Is anyone just looking at the room, or is it just...
I mean, obviously I'm doing that.
Okay, cool. So you can see a large humanoid shape standing at the other end of the bridge, seemingly facing away from you, with what looks like tubes running to its back, running to a glass container, which would be the best way to describe that. And just beyond that is a large circular image, what looks like a face upon the wall, carved out of stone, but the face seems to be changing, ever changing. The eyes
like moving?
Yes.
Like just,
Tundz actually is actually considering like his situation. He is not.
He stops. You see
I know.
him? He stops at the
I've
base
been letting
of the bridge.
with the super low wisdom and insight. Like I've been letting the dice determine my actions. So been choosing when to give myself disadvantage and not.
But yes, though the face is carved of stone, it seems to be ever changing and ever moving. It's almost like you don't notice it moving, but you know it's different.
so it's not like animated and talking and moving.
It's not, and
it's like morphing almost.
Yeah, it's almost like morphing and just almost like a strange painting that is constantly moving, carved of stone. And on the other side of this room, you can see what looks like some form of laboratory lit by looks like some single phosphorescent type of gem. But that's about it. You don't see
There's no people.
no people. There seems to be nothing in this room except for what I've described just now.
What's under the bridge? Like, what's the bridge traversing?
It is traversing a crevice with what looks like a river down below. Have you lit your torch?
No.
Okay, then roll a perception check. I'd like you to roll 2 dice, please, and tell me
there's-
both results.
The light from the crystal.
It's up above, and you're trying to look down into a dark crevasse. I take it you're walking up to the side to like kind of look
Yeah,
down.
I'm giving a peek over 12.
Okay. You can see that it is a liquid but you're not sure exactly what it is. It's flowing, but very slowly. You suspect
okay.
maybe sewage
I'm gonna kick a bone
or some
into
kind
it.
of sludge. You're going to kick a bone into it. And you see the liquid itself almost reach up around the bone and pull it down.
Is this the same goo that was in
And
the
you see
skeletons?
smoke
Yeah.
coming up out of the ichor.
I would suggest you do not fall in.
That's a good suggestion.
Even I know that.
And as you talk about this, from under the bridge, you see an almost orange, not glow, but from the light of this bluish crystal, the phosphorescent glow of this orangish goo comes slipping up the sides of this stone bridge. And I would like you all to roll initiative, please.
Fuck.
All right, so Zekaria, what did you get?
15.
15. Okay. Giles, what did you get?
5.
5. Tundz, what did you get?
13.
13. You see this orange liquid coming up on both sides of the bridge, kind of almost stretching up like arms along the side as they fingers as it starts to clamp around the side of the bridge. Zekaria, what would you like to do?
Okay.
I'm gonna throw some ooze out here anyway.
Frostbite.
Frostbite?
Yeah,
Yeah,
freeze that shit.
where's the pin? I'll draw it out really quick. For as we go.
You have to target one? Because there's 4.
Okay, this one over here.
Okay,
On the right.
very good.
And then it has to make a constitution saving throw.
Okay, it makes a constitution saving throw, and if it does, or if it doesn't, what happens to it?
Then it takes dice 6 cold damage.
Okay, so constitution save. What's that again?
So, okay, one
Yeah, roll
die.
damage?
5.
Okay.
So it takes 5.
Yes,
And it
so
also has disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn. So for its next turn, it has disadvantage.
okay. Cool. So literally. Get it? Cool. Is it this one?
Even Tundz is not amused.
So, you whip your hands out in front of you and you see icicles start forming on your fingertips as well as upon the orange goo on your right, and it crystallizes on the outside, and it very much does not like being solidified, and it certainly takes some damage, and yeah, you can see it kind of crackling and shattering underneath it. It's still going. The rest of it starts oozing out underneath it, but yes, that was very effective. Well done. Okay, Tundz, what would you like to do?
I'm going to just go ahead and pull out my bow and take a shot at the one with the cold freeze chill touch on it.
Okay. Roll to hit.
12.
12. That hits.
2. Not the best.
A
not
whole,
the best
a
shot.
whole 2 damage. Alright.
You're not sure where to aim.
I hit, but it's just there's so much goo. I don't know.
This is so much goo.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at my rapier stats. my bad. Can I reroll the damage? The short bow was +4, so it still would have hit instead of +3.
Okay.
6 damage. That's a better shot.
6
See,
damage.
shooting the arrow is way more effective than trying to shoot a rapier.
Yeah, you
yeah.
can't shoot.
Can't load the rapier into the bow. Okay, so
Yeah, it falls off. Of course.
of course. So you and it sticks into, and you see kind of ripple, almost in some form of reaction to that. But then you see, and you see the rest of the arrow go, and it pops off as the rest of it starts to. All right, Giles.
Giles will walk forward onto the bridge And I'm going to swing Hamilton down on the one that got frozen.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Roll to hit.
4.
Oh!
I rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Like a natural 1, or
I mean, like a 1 on the die. But it's upside down, so that's good luck, right?
a 1 on the die.
Yeah, that's bad.
Okay.
Add that to the mini D20 pile that are giveaway dice.
This dice sucks.
Okay.
It cursed me.
Giles, I would like you to make a dexterity check.
Okay. I'm going to use a different D20 for that. Can I use acrobatics?
Yes.
11?
Oh, I thought that was
11.
another one.
Oh god, that would suck.
Okay, so Giles, you... And your hammer kind of pulls you over the side
Too
of
heavy.
the...
This thing is...
Yeah, it's just too heavy. And it pulls you over, and you go flying over the side of the bridge, and you barely are able to hold on with one hand, and now you're holding the Earthbreaker, and it's pulling you down. But you're holding there, and you're looking to your left, and you can see this acidic ooze looking at you, and you're holding this Earthbreaker, and you're holding onto the bridge, and that's where you're at now.
I'm going to use my bonus action to curse the gunk.
You're gonna curse the gunk?
Yeah.
What do you say?
Insults. Curse you, vile gunk. That's what I say.
I'm gonna give it to you anyway.
It's my miniature.
Oh, hey, see, that's a good thing. You used your bonus action to do something roleplay, so good.
You can use it to
Good on.
roll your next one.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, and you know what? If anyone needs inspiration right now, it's
No
Giles.
shit, right?
Hanging,
Zekaria, well, I guess she got
hanging
healed up.
above the acidic black ooze with the orange ooze staring at him? With the eyes?
Don't worry, I got this.
Alright.
Okay, wait, you're hanging off.
Yeah, I'm hanging
Yeah,
off the edge.
he's hanging by one hand, by just his potion-enabled fingers.
There you go.
Yes, from the side. Okay, so their turn. Giles, you're about to have a very
That's the sound of it.
bad
That's the
day.
sizzle sound. No, Giles is good, man. Don't worry about it.
I don't
only
even think I have to move this one. This one just along the side.
I mean,
And
I'm
then
the fighter, so I
this
figured
one.
I'd be getting hurt.
So right before you rolled the one, I was gonna say these goo miniatures you made are really cool.
Oh, thank you. Well, I didn't make all of them. In fact, yeah, I made that one and I made that one.
It's crazy because I can't even tell.
So for those of you out there, I just use some tin foil and put a little put some oil on it so it wouldn't stick.
Pam?
Yeah, like some Pam on the tin foil, and then I just use hot glue and I put a little base on there, let it cool a bit, and then put some little blobs, and effectively just made some slimes out of hot glue and had a lot of fun doing that. Like I made this big one. That's kind of the one I'm proud of.
Can't wait to fight that.
Oh, that one's cool, yeah. Hey, these are cool.
Thank you.
You can do some pictures and stuff.
So, and then just put a little bit of orange wash on it to make it kind of an orange color, and it's kind of translucent. Anywho, okay, Giles.
Let's get fucked up, Holmes.
Nah.
I'm not worried about the
Got
damage they do
nothing
to
on
you.
me.
I'm worried about you having to roll and not let go of the bridge.
They start, and you feel all these little tendrils slapping onto you as each one starts covering you more and more, and you can feel the burn of it sizzling at you.
I just mended it.
And you take 8 bludgeoning damage.
Actually, I took 5 because of Heavy Armor Master.
Okay. Then you take 6 acid damage.
Acid?
And your armor class is reduced by 1.
God damn it.
So, all the-
Mended that.
so you two, Zekaria and Tundz, look over the side of the bridge and you see the smoke coming up as you hear Giles he's not He's not just going to scream in pain, but he's grunting like. What does old Giles say in a time like this?
He says, "This fucking hurts."
This fucking hurts.
The orange burn.
It's the orange burn.
Too much citrus.
The burn of the orange. So yes, they are burning at you, and then one of them attacks you, Tundz. Missing. So and you kind of dance around it as these little pseudopods come flipping out of it and splattering on the ground all around your feet.
Small and nimble.
All right, Zekaria, you are up. What would you like to do?
I'll use my great agonizing blast onto this one that has
The frostbitten one? All right, and you have to roll to hit with that, right?
Oh, that's one of the ones that's on me. I see where this is going. That's cool.
Just don't roll one.
Don't worry, it's only
You'll
like
just kill him.
5% chance.
Just don't roll one.
No,
That's my way of saying please
do
roll
what
one.
you were gonna do. It's all good.
Okay, alright. I'll go for the one that's frozen.
All right. So
You're just waiting.
Eldritch purple energy sparking out of your hands as you.
Nerve-wracking, man. Oh, one! With another one after it.
So I add my spell.
Yes,
So that is 18.
that hits. Roll damage, please. Oh yeah.
That would be an 11.
All right. So you, and all this dust comes flying up. Some of the goo from that one next to Tundz goes flying off as it, and it just blasts all this slime off of Giles, destroying that ichor, and you see this orange rain of slime falling down into the black river down below. Well done.
See? I knew I could do it.
I totally did it, guys. All right, Tundz, what do you want to do?
I'm engaged.
You are engaged, so if you move away, it'll get an attack of opportunity unless you use your action to disengage.
No, it missed last time. I'm gonna disengage and give it an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
So you're not gonna disengage.
Yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah. He's going to disengage, but not use the disengage action. And it misses. So as you...
What?
Leaving Zekaria.
Oh, yay. What?
Is it full action to help him up or to try and pull him up?
Yes, so you can use a help action and give him advantage on his next roll. So if you want to help him up, it will give him advantage on his strength roll to get himself back up.
Okay. I'm gonna...
Or if you want to do something else.
Pretty awesome.
Axe and Church, bro. Axe and Church. Okay. I'm gonna swing out my rapier as I run over to where the ooze is at, and I'm gonna try and poke this goo really good.
Poke it good.
I'll move to this one so that ooze is a little further away. And yes, I'll use my action.
I'll be on the other side.
Yeah. I'll use my my action to
Help him out.
synergize.
All right. So Giles, I was going to give you disadvantage because you're holding Earthbreaker and trying to hold yourself up one-handed, but he's helping you up. So you can just do a regular strength check, or you can drop Earthbreaker and give yourself advantage to climb back up.
But I'm gonna hand him the hammer, and then you just try and do. I'm gonna kick the ooze, but essentially just shove it, so it's like a strength thing.
Okay. Opposed strength check.
Yes. Fucking shit.
So what is my help doing for him this turn?
Well, if he's so you're not going to climb back up this turn, you're going to kick it.
Yeah, I was trying to get it to shove it into the gook, and then I can just climb up in safety.
Oh, okay. So since he decided not to climb back up,
So why don't
he's
you
not
say,
giving him much advantage.
or why don't I suggest, how about my action to help is just grabbing the hammer for him?
Yeah, that's fine.
What I figured would happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was your total strength?
It's like super heavy hammer.
9. You beat it. It rolled really low.
Awesome.
So somehow, I'm trying to think of how you would actually kick
the
goo,
bit.
go, and it just slurps off of you.
Giles is very fun.
You know those
quads, I'm telling
movie
you, it's the
scenes
quads.
when the cameras are super shaky and they're changing constantly because they couldn't film it really well? It's like one of those.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
I like-
keeps cutting all over the place.
Keep kicking my leg.
It just shows his leg do this, and then you see the ooze going, ah. You're like, what? That doesn't
Amazing quads.
it doesn't quite make sense. And
Magic of the quads. Still.
so, yes, you see. I mean, some of it's still on you, but a good portion of it goes splash down into the black ooze, and it kind of oozes and dissipates into the blackness as its fellow ooze consumes it.
Oh, awesome. Later, ooze.
Later, ooze.
Question: if you dropped the hammer, would it count as a hit?
Yeah, it's done.
I'm not attacking the river.
Tundz is like, great job, blah, blah, as you see orange tendrils wrapping around his shoulders.
I'm gonna swing at it with the Earthbreaker.
There you go.
You have the Earthbreaker, Jesus Christ. Alright. Well
Let's
then.
go.
I should use its magic ability.
Yeah,
Flying up to the river.
Oh, that's terrible.
okay.
That's how the party died.
It's a shockwave, but you have to pass a strength check or you fly away from it too.
No, I
So-
don't mean you just go. Who's flying off?
We go together, bro.
That's not the way Giles envisioned it.
So Tundz, you take 11 bludgeoning
Holy
damage
shit!
and then 4 acid damage on top of it.
Jesus Christ.
So it slams into you, and then Giles, you look up and you just see smoke rising from his body as it
Oh, it hurts so bad, I know.
Can I see that Earthbreaker card? I got it.
All right, and then the other one attacks you, Zekaria, and you lucked out this time at the missed. Got a lucky break finally.
God.
And back around up to the top, Zekaria, what would you like to do?
I'm going to use my poison spray on that little ooze.
Stupid ooze.
So it has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Barely doesn't make it. So, how much damage does it take?
Okay, so it takes 3 poison damage.
It takes 3 poison damage?
Yeah.
A whole 3?
Yes.
Okay.
A whole 3.
So the acid spray comes from your hands, is that right?
Yeah.
So you just start spraying all over the top of it, and you see these bubbles start raising and smoke, and you see it kind of rippling underneath, because it almost, it doesn't make any sound, but you could imagine it kind of squealing in pain as you burn part of it away, and it looks a tiny bit smaller now. Tundz, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna swing at it with this giant hammer.
Okay, are you gonna use the super ability?
No, God, no.
Dear Lord.
Well,
Are
no,
you-
I'm not.
You're not? Oh, you roll your
I
wisdom?
rolled 2 18s.
You passed your wisdom.
That fucking
Natural
thing
one.
is cursed.
A natural one.
Natural one. With the
We don't want
Earthbreaker.
the hammer anymore.
I'd like you to make a dexterity check, please.
We're both gonna be dangling off.
No. It's going to be up to you.
Oh my
We're just
god.
get through this.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, but that's pretty hilarious. You have to admit that.
Move that one into the pile of dice I'm not rolling for the rest of the night.
Well, I mean, it's actually twice as bad for him because it's like
Modified 20.
it's heavier than
Modified 20? Okay. So when you fall, you grab onto the side, but you have Earthbreaker like kind of in your hand. So you have 2 hands on the side, as opposed to Giles earlier was just 1 hand. So you're
So it was just so big, I
Yes.
spun.
So
out
yeah,
of
you
control.
spun, and one of the rocks broke out from underneath your foot, and you fell over and you grabbed onto the side. But now the orange ichor is crawling over your fingers and starting to burn your hands
sounds
and
really
sliming down your arms.
So both of them are hanging over the edge now?
Yes, both of them are hanging on over the edge.
Welcome to the game, kid.
Yeah. Welcome to D&D.
Okay, Giles.
I'm climbing back up for my movement, and
I'd like you to make a strength check, please.
I use athletics.
Yes. Yes, athletics would be applicable for something like
Listen
that.
to the non-rolling dice.
Yeah, well, this one's not much better. Fuck!
A natural one?
Did you seriously roll a 1?
Yes!
Like, would you like to?
2 natural ones!
this
Actually,
die
I'm
into
using
it.
my inspiration. Fuck this.
Yes, please do, because I don't want to drop you into that black kicker.
I'm keeping this die.
like
No.
to
I'm defying Lady Luck and kiss my ass. There we go. 18 modified.
Okay, so for your movement, you climb back up. Whoosh. You back up on your feet, boing, and you had a horrible vision, a thought of what it would be like to fall into that black acre. And now what would you like to use your action for?
I will draw my sword and chop it.
Alright,
My
do some
two-hander.
chopping.
That's my chopping song.
Oh, that's your chopping song?
23.
23, that definitely hits. Roll damage.
Okay. That's these.
Oh, we might as well just keep that right there.
Yeah, there you go.
So, 16?
That's it?
Yep.
Just 16? Okay, so overhead, sideways, how do you...
I'll
How do
do
you wanna
sideways this time. Well, actually, no, overhead, because I'm going to try and chop off the ichor that's going for his hands.
Okay. Don't worry, you didn't hit his knuckles.
But Giles is very precise when it comes to giant two-handed swords, so pretty confident.
So you and you bring the sword straight down in a perfect cleave, right in half, and you feel as if, not that you can see it, but there's some kind of connectivity within this slimy ooze thing, and you severed it with that slice. So, and you see the two halves almost just turn into puddles. Like the one half just pours over Tundz like some icky water just pouring over, and then the other one just turns into a puddle on the like Tang, like a Tang waterfall, as the other one turns into a Tang puddle on the ground, destroying it outright. Well done.
Yeah.
This last one is going to attack Zekaria.
Yeah, I forgot about that. You should run away.
I try. Well, I can't. Or else it's gonna attack me anyways.
All right, so Zekaria, you take well, that'd be a total of 6 bludgeoning damage and 6 acid damage for a total of 12 damage. Unless you have resistance to either one of those damage types.
Acid?
Yes, 6
And
acid
bludgeoning.
and 6 bludgeoning. Oh, your sword loses 1 effectiveness. Oh, and Tundz, your armor from getting burned earlier loses 1, and your armor lost 1 as well.
And your arrow.
Does everything lost 1?
And my arrow.
12 damage?
You took 12 damage total. Alright, so it slurps onto you, it's onto your shoulders, onto your neck, and you guys look over and you see Zekaria, you're like, so the crab's burning all over.
Coming!
He's like,
Alright.
I totally got you.
So my turn.
I think Giles should just grab Earthbreaker and
that's
pull.
what I was gonna do. This is like pull Tundz
If
up
he,
with it.
yeah, I was gonna say if he grabs Earthbreaker, I'm not letting him.
All right, Zekaria, you're up. What do you want to do?
Right
That's
up.
alright. That's alright.
What?
I'm a little angry now.
Oh,
And I'm gonna use Witch Bolt.
ooh, snap. So you have to roll the hit, right?
Yes.
All right, roll the hit.
18.
You definitely hit. So,
Alright. And since I can cast it at
Oh.
second level,
you roll 2 die 12. Damn.
2 die 12,
That's it?
Yeah.
11.
11. Okay. So it's like onto you, and pushing your hands around, and then you just push your hands into it,
Ew.
and you guys see this blue light glowing from within it. And you just see this lightning bolt kind of shoot from her hands as orange goo just explodes from the ends of her hands and goes flying into the air like an orange rain, destroying it instantly. And that's
It's
when
like confetti.
And that's when you look over and you see the black ichor sliding down the tubes, which I forgot to do earlier, into this thing. What do you do?
Okay. I'll come up here.
Sorry, my bad.
Tons.
She gonna help Tundz up?
Yeah. I don't.
Sweet.
Well, you already used your
Probably.
action, so.
Yeah.
But
It's all-
moral support.
Yeah. Come on, Giles. You can do it. You can pull him up.
Of course I can. He weighs like 3 pounds.
Well, it's technically Tund's turn.
No,
Tundz, what do you want to
on
do?
your own.
Come on, Tons.
Climb up on your
I'm
own.
You
afraid.
can do it.
Okay. I'll climb up.
You can hold your action, wait for them to synergize, and then get advantage on your roll. Or hold your action, and then maybe Giles will just pull you up outright. Or climb up on your own.
I'll hold my action to have them help me, unless they pull me up sooner than that.
Okay. So you hold your action. Giles, what do you do?
Why are you holding?
That's my fucking player, man. Let me do what I want.
Alright, well, I take my hammer.
Okay. So
I'll
roll a
let go of
strength
it.
check.
Can I do athletics?
Sure.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Like deadlifting.
19.
Yes. So you whoop, and your hammer has a tons attached to it
Can I shake him off?
into the black goo down below.
Yeah, roll, because I'm gonna flap this thing. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna say you shook me off over there.
Alright, so now that I've got my hammer back, I'm gonna set that on the ground and pull
You're
out,
like, this thing's bad luck.
pull out a dagger and throw it at the glass container thing.
Oh, very good. Okay. Roll to hit.
Okay, since throwing, that's like dexterity, right? So, you know.
Yes. So yeah, it would be your dexterity bonus.
Is this thing like big and easy to hit and therefore give me advantage?
It's it's immobile. It's not trying to dodge you. So yeah, I'll give you advantage on that.
11.
11. Yeah, that hits.
It's pretty big, right?
Yeah. So roll damage. Just die 4 plus your. I think it's dex.
Yeah, it makes sense. So 3, or I'm also going to. Actually, 4. So I get a 6.
6. Your dagger goes and sticks into the glass, and you see across the glass, and you can see some of the black ooze kind of sticking out of the dagger or
Yeah,
around
it's
the dagger.
5.
Okay. So so your dagger's stuck in there, but you can see the ooze kind of coming out a little bit, kind of wrapping around the dagger that is sticking out of there.
Should have thrown something more disposable.
Should have thrown the Earthbreaker. You go,
Hey, I've got something.
I'm just gonna wait here, guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mend my armor.
Now, how long does bending take?
It's like grabbing his junk.
Well, if it takes a full minute, you're gonna be doing that for a little while. You can do that. That's fine. I just want to let you know that.
How about like
How long is
kinda
each turn?
Well, you're kind of got to fight this thing in the.
Oh.
There's a time limit on this thing.
Yeah, so it's 6 seconds, so you'd be doing that for 10 turns.
Yeah, never mind.
He's just like over there.
It's like, oh,
Just reminding. I'm gonna shoot the glass as well with an arrow for 18 to hit.
18. That definitely hits. Roll damage.
7.
7. Okay, so your arrow goes and you see the two cracks kind of unite between the dagger and the arrow, and you see the whole bottom half just break off, and this black stuff just go down onto the floor.
Hopefully it'll just kind of drip away and we'll be done.
Yeah, it'll just be all done. Well, it is dissipated quite a bit. So there's a puddle
Right at the end of the bridge.
at the end of the bridge.
Go ahead and use my
Black?
movement and stand right near.
Black. Go. All
My
right.
turn now?
Yes.
Can I finally go? Can I go?
Yes.
Can I go?
If you ask me again, I'll just skip to the next one.
You're not supposed to sass the DM. That never ends well.
I'm gonna use Agonizing Blast on this black
Okay.
mess over here.
Do it to it.
15?
15 hits.
Thank you. See?
Roll.
Ooze.
Does it definitely hit?
It definitely hits.
What type of damage is that?
Force.
Force damage. Very good. Okay, roll damage.
11.
11. Very good. Dang. Alright, so you, Agonize Blast. So as you see all the dust flying up and bones and the things that are on the floor. And you see a bunch of black ooze just go flying up into the sky or towards the ceiling as you smack it with your your Agonizing Blast.
Beautiful.
Well done. Tundz, what do you do?
I'll move halfway up the bridge and I'll take a shot at it with an arrow.
Alright, roll the hit.
23. Hey, Brett, does a 23 hit?
No, it doesn't. Actually, it's really weird. It's armor class actually changes every turn.
Rotating.
From
ooze.
50
different parts has armor.
down to
Plate
5.
mail from previously eaten
That actually would be
humans.
really cool.
It actually has immunity to gnomes. So,
I wish I had that.
yes, that actually hits. Surprisingly enough, a 23 hits. Roll damage.
3 damage.
A total of 3 or
Yes.
just, okay.
1 plus 2 is 3.
That
Alright.
was adorable.
So, so yeah.
Short bow.
kind of pops in there a little bit. As you see the arrow just kind of sinking slowly down into
A
it.
for effort.
As its little
Sometimes you only get the tip in.
No, baby steps.
almost wanted to give you inspiration, but this is so inappropriate.
We're fucking adults.
That is inappropriate.
But that made me laugh. You made me laugh.
Inspirational.
You made the GM
You
laugh.
have to reroll the damage die.
No retroactive inspiration. You're like, if I miss, I'm gonna say this.
Yeah, I'm gonna say some amazing shit next
So
time.
I get
something horrible
inspiration now. Just make sure I don't. Okay, Giles, what do you do?
I will. I'm going
I will.
to move, and I'll take a dodge action.
Oh, very
Go.
good. So that means all attacks against you get disadvantage.
Yeah, and I'm gonna run or move straight towards the ooze.
Very good.
Oh, and I'm bringing my maul with me.
Okay. Yeah. So you run up and snag it.
Yeah.
It's sitting there
Come on,
like.
Hamilton. Aw, you did exactly what I wanted.
Yes, exactly.
I want him to, but I don't.
It fell for your trap. Is what it did, right?
Ooze. Giles can't outsmart a whole lot of things, but he can outsmart an ooze.
Oh.
I think.
I think.
I mean, it's average intelligence.
Okay, you
The
very.
crits for you.
No, it didn't get a crit. It didn't get a crit, but
Oh, that's not encouraging.
it's without a crit is.
Remember, my armor class is 15, not 16 now.
Yeah, so that was very intelligent of you to take the dodge action.
Giles knows what he's doing.
This isn't Giles' first rodeo.
No, he's been at least at 3 rodeos.
Alright, Zekaria, you're up. Rodeo plus 1.
Yeah, he's proficient in rodeo.
These are just.
They were tiefling rodeos, though.
We're riding Otyugs.
Ugh.
I'm going to use my Ray of Sickness.
Please don't hit me with that.
Wait, a ray of
doesn't- That's what I checked, and it doesn't say that it affects other people in the area.
I don't want to know what ooze barf looks like.
Wait, does it say it's a line?
I'm pretty sure Giles would be barfing uncontrollably.
Don't worry, get behind me.
You'd be like the Six Sticks.
Well, a ray is very...
Definitely.
It's like a little laser of sickness.
Okay.
Which I'm in the path of.
Yeah. I think you could probably vomit a little bit and be okay. I mean,
If it's
Yeah,
a Constitution saving throw, Giles has probably got it.
yeah, it'll just
Okay.
go right through
Yes, it
Giles
is a constitution saving
and
throw.
come out of his mouth.
So let's, we'll go with it. We'll just do it.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
All right,
do it. Let's
do it. Do it.
Okay.
So I'm Constitutioning.
Okay.
Did you have to roll the hit, or is it just Constitution hit?
Okay. Make a ranged spell attack.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you got a hit with that thing.
What'd you roll a hit?
What spell is this, Phandalin?
Ray of
Oh,
sickness.
so I think if it's a ray, it's just like a...
an 11.
If she has to roll an attack roll, it's probably like a shooting an arrow.
Yeah.
So I don't have to worry about it
Okay.
unless I get hit.
You hit. So
Okay.
what does it do?
So
I wasn't looking forward to rolling that.
you get 2d8
You just make it stronger. Just all of your vomit would just make the.
and must make a constitution saving throw.
Are they immune to poison? Or should
No.
Should I ask that?
This one is not actually.
So it's
The
not.
oes you were just fighting are actually. But
some bad
So this one is not. Okay. So
It now feels clean.
so
Can't wait
it
for this to-
takes 12
Mm-hmm.
poison damage. And then it has to make a constitution saving throw. And on a failed save, it is also poisoned until the end of my next turn.
Okay. So when you shoot your finger and this little like green line just shoots straight from your finger right below Giles' armpit into this thing.
Which is impressive because of my massive lats.
Massive
And quads.
and quads. I think Tiffany is actually really into your quads there.
Well, I mean, they are pretty goddamn impressive.
They are
so.
very impressive.
So Zekaria goes and it zaps right into this thing and it starts bubbling from the inside, and then you hear this. It just turns. I mean, the only way to describe it is it turns inside out all over Giles.
I'm sorry about that.
And you just see
Sorry.
this silhouette of black pudding. I'm just telling you right now, black pudding, as it just all over Giles and then dissipates into the floor as it vomited on you
Woo!
because it got sick somehow.
That's good luck.